Welcome, everybody, to the next episode of the Cannabis Review. I am delighted to be joined on this episode by Jayson Won. He's the creative director of Puffco and in a past life, a multi-talented, world-renowned musician. Jayson, how are you keeping today?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic, mate. It's delighted to be talking to you on the show. Puffco are a very exciting company that I've been reading up on a lot, and I know you're at the forefront of everything that's gone on there at the new creative sector. Can you maybe give everybody a little overview of how you got into the industry from music into cannabis and your position at Puffco at the moment?
Sure. Started out my life journey as a drummer in a rock band in the 80s here in LA, which was at the time the mecca of music, especially that genre. So I spent my teen and early 20s playing in bands, going on tour, doing the whole musician life. And after my 20s, I got married and realized that I couldn't no longer be on the road and live a lifestyle of a musician and be married. So I decided to give up music and focus on starting a family. And in doing so, I had to find a job. And the only job that I could find was as basically a janitor at an industrial design company. I had no high school diploma. I was a high school dropout, just a musician. So wasn't qualified for anything other than a janitorial job. So I took the job and just worked my way up the ladder. Long story short, got to work at a broadcast design company and started just learning how to learning my trade and learning how to design and doing graphics for television networks and did a couple of high profile projects like the Super Bowl Open. I did the Olympics, 1996 Olympics for NBC. Those were two huge profile, high profile jobs. And from there, just my design career took off, and I was able to start my own creative agency. That got acquired by a publicly traded company in 2011. And I was just freelancing around town and heard about this opportunity at Puffco and decided to see if I could meet with them and speak to them about the role was to be the head of creative and build a creative department at Puffco. So instead of hiring an ad agency to do all the creative and marketing work, build a department to be able to do that in house, and that's kind of how I ended up at Puffco.
Okay, amazing. Pretty exciting story there for for the first half of your life so far. And I'm sure Roger founded the company in 2013. You guys are on the way to doing 100 million turnover. It's been a pretty impressive story so far. And I have to admit, the design of the products are pretty amazing and beautiful, and some of the new accessories for the line. For the viewers, can you tell the two different product ranges that Puffco do have for consumers?
So currently we last year for an April Fool's kind of a campaign or an idea, we released a product called Budsy, which is the first non-electronic device that we put out. It's basically a water bottle, a bong disguised as a water bottle, and it was like an April Fool's joke. People thought it was a joke; they didn't think it was real. We released it April 1st last year, and it was a huge success. So our products basically, we focus on trying to provide the most enjoyable experience with the plant. So the plant is to us a medicine or a gift that we have, and we just want to create a technology to provide the most intuitive and enjoyable and flavorful experience with the plant. And that's kind of the Puffco mission.
That kind of brings me on to the first topic I want to highlight is Puffco being the most awarded. It's the flavorful experience. Is it the innovation with the technology that's done in house? What do you think is the number one factor that makes Puffco the number one brand at the moment?
I think it's I think it's a time we spend and the thoughts we put into every little detail. Previously in my career, before joining Puffco, I did get to work with Steve Jobs over at Apple for about 7 years, and it was about the time when he got back to Apple after he was let go and he came back, and it reminds me a lot. Puffco reminds me a lot of the spirit that Apple had when I was working there with Steve and the rest of the Apple team. It's attention to detail, making sure that everything is there for a reason. Everything that all the features, all the things that are on any electronic device is intuitive and it's meaningful and it's well thought out. And I think Puffco as a brand and as a company, yes, we're a business. Yes, we want to make profit. But I think, our main goal isn't to turn a profit or to make as much money as possible, squeeze every dollar out of our customers. Our main goal is to provide a very meaningful and enjoyable experience and put all our energies and thoughts into making that as thoughtful as possible to the consumers. And I think that in return makes up for a successful brand, because the mission is just like if you have a career goal and your goal is only to make money, that's all you're going to do and focus on. But if you learn your craft and do your job really, really well and put a lot of thought and effort into what you're putting your energy towards, the money becomes a side effect of the great work that you're doing. So I think that's kind of what Puffco's mission is to always chase innovation and not chase money and profits and all the other great things that happen by creating a wonderful product and bringing it into the marketplace. Is the profits and the success, financial success, is all a byproduct of that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think cannabis industry is a unique industry when you look at it from the consumer's point of view. You could have a customer for 4 to 5 decades if you've got a good product, and the good products are really the ones that kind of rise to the top. It's not a case of lowest market price sales in this industry at all. Whereas, let's say in chocolate or drinks industry or whatever it might be, I think cannabis consumers are well educated. They know what's going into their body. They would sooner spend that little bit extra. And if you can provide the perfect design, which you guys have done, which I think you've built the perfect products, but then you seem to have stripped them down. Anything that wasn't required gets taken out immediately. It's not about just building; it's then about building and making sure every component in the device has a use.
Yeah, absolutely. And even when we do upgrade versions or we do our limited editions, our product lines, we don't just put things out for the sake of putting it out. We really put a lot of thought. We have an amazing product team. We have an amazing quality control team. We have an amazing customer service team. It really takes an entire infrastructure, an entire team of people to make a successful brand, because there's so many touch points with the consumer and so many things that need to be carefully thought out and really worked through. And I think our biggest asset is that we do have a very passionate and loyal consumer base, and they give us their feedback and they let us know what they'd like to see. They let us know what they don't like. And we listen. And I think for us as a brand or as a company to have a dialogue with our customers and not just have a monologue, I think is a very huge kind of advantage that we have.
Yeah, it's been lovely and interesting looking from Ireland at the North American scene. You can start to see now the top companies in each sector coming to the fore. Puffco in your territory, Can in the beverages industry, Cookies in the dispensers industry, and I think that's just going to become more and more prevalent with M&As over the next couple of years. So it seems to be an exciting, let's say, next 5, 10 years ahead for what could be huge potential for Puffco.
Absolutely. It is very exciting. I think, technology evolves really quickly. I think one of the beautiful things about Puffco and why I enjoy working here so much is that we're a purpose-driven brand. We're not a brand that's just purposefully, strictly capitalistic. We're a brand that care about social issues. We're a brand that cares about human equality. We care about all of the people the shoulders of the giants that we're standing on, people that had to serve 25, 30-year sentences in jail to be able to, for us to enjoy the legalization that we have currently. All of the things that we do it with purpose, just like with our devices. I think we're very aware of social causes and things that we feel passionate about, and we feel passionate about along with our community, so that we're not just a voice on our own, but we're able to hand our megaphone or share our platform with those voices that need to be heard.
Yeah, and I think companies like yourselves need to lead from the front, because it's not just all about capital gains and returns in this industry. We're much more vested in the industry working as a whole and delivering quality products to people than just having a couple of commas in a bank account at the end of the day.
100%, 100%. And I think, the cannabis industry was born out of activism, right? It was a demonized plant medicine that got a bad PR rap. And, it's starting to be normalized. I think we have to be at the forefront of normalizing this plant and really sharing the benefits of this plant medicine. For me personally, I have a huge sleeping disorder for many, many years, and the doctors prescribed me every sleeping pill, every you know a Valium, and any Xanax, you name it. I've been prescribed it to try to put me to sleep. It works. It does put you to sleep, but the rest of your day is ruined after you wake up because it's such a powerful tranquilizer. And when I got introduced to cannabis and CBD, it changed my world. It truly added value to my life. I got off of these poisons. It's the only thing I use to go to sleep and relax, and it's been a huge asset to my well-being in so many different ways, mentally, physically. I feel so much better. So it's really provided me a enjoyable kind of alternative to the prescription drugs that the doctors were prescribing me.
Yeah, that's what one of the topics I was going to go with you was from tranquilizers to edibles, because I'd read
Sure.
up about your journey going from there. So yeah, it's great to highlight to everybody that you don't need to be consuming a lot of tablets to get a good night's sleep. There are a number of different methods out there if you do a little bit of research on it. This is going to bring me on to the last topic, the perfect cannabis consumption. What do you think is the perfect way to consume cannabis and all the little variables that would go with that?
I think, to me personally, I think that there is no wrong way. It's just what you prefer, right? So I still enjoy I enjoy a joint, sharing a joint with my friends. I enjoy taking edibles. I enjoy vaping, concentrates. I enjoy every process of it. My favorite way is, not only because I work at Puffco, but the Peak Pro is my favorite way to consume. It's just so simple, clean, easy, flavorful. I enjoy it very much. And I do it I don't do it to like chase, clouds or anything like that. I do it to really enjoy the flavor of the plant and to really enjoy, good quality hash and to relax me and go to sleep. So I think there's no wrong way. I think you have to find something that works for you, whether it's edibles or tinctures or the good old flour or concentrates. Just find something that works for you and then explore and experiment with other ones and see if you can find something that even suits your lifestyle or your needs better.
Couldn't agree with you more. I know you're an extremely busy man, so I'm not going to take up too much more of your day. Everybody, the website for Puffco is obviously below. A lot of you've already been there. If you haven't, should go check out their concentrate pens and their portable water pipes. They're absolutely top notch. Jason, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show and hope we get to chat again in the near future.
Great, absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's been a
Thanks.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks everybody for watching. Check you in the next episode.